welcome to Mental Health Mondays, where we discuss advocacy, resources, and ending the stigma associated with mental health. I am your host, Amanda, and yes, we are in a very different location this time, but that's okay, we're trying to make it work. Today, we are going to be discussing a little something called dissociation. So dissociation is basically a break in how your mind processes information. It is a disconnection and lack of continuity between thoughts, memories, physical sensations, surroundings, actions, and identity. Dissociation happens when a person or a child zones out or goes somewhere else in their mind, while other parts of their mind take care of what's happening in the moment. Dissociation is often developed in childhood or after a traumatic event. It is what our brain uses to help us disconnect from the traumatic moment at hand when things are getting too overwhelming or we go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn and our limbic system is activated. We just use dissociation as a way to kind of escape the situation that's going on. And more severely, that can look like derealization and depersonalization, also known as DPDR. Depersonalization is kind of an outer body experience or feeling like your surroundings aren't real. If you've ever had a situation in which you literally feel like you are not in your body, oftentimes you would be experiencing depersonalization. On the other hand, another type of dissociation is known as derealization. This is when you are feeling disconnected or unfamiliar with your surroundings. You feel like everything is a movie, or you're really disconnected from your emotions, as if there is a glass wall in between you and another person. DPDR is just one facet of what can happen when you experience dissociation, but dissociation can also lead to other things like DID and OSDD, which we'll talk about next time. So the interesting thing about dissociation is, at its very core, it is a coping tactic. It helps our bodies survive in times of high stress, trauma, or when our bodies think that we're in danger or there's something to be afraid of. Dissociation can happen to you across a lifetime. Oftentimes, people experience dissociation all the time, whether they're daydreaming or zoning out. That's just a mild form of dissociation. But because our brains are pattern seekers, we actually pattern track. So if something in our lives happens that reminds us of the trauma or the stress that we experienced, our bodies can actually dissociate as a result. So maybe you've noticed this in your own life when you've been fighting with a boyfriend or fighting with your parents or in a very high stress environment, or you're about to take a test. You'll notice yourself kind of dissociate from the moment. Maybe things look a little unreal, maybe you're not connected to the thing at hand. Now, if dissociation is something that you feel like you're experiencing to an extreme extent, make sure to contact your care team, talk to your therapist. They will oftentimes give you a dissociative experiences scale, so you can take the quiz and see where you rank. As always, lean on your care team if you're interested in learning more about dissociation or you're curious about it with your own personal recovery journey. And join us next time when we talk about other specified dissociative disorders and dissociative identity disorder. See ya!